Hello and welcome to Footy Judgment, people. Arsenal title race hopes are demolished against Fulham today. Spurs are 2 points behind Arsenal in a New Year's Eve. Happy New Year, everybody. And if you are celebrating this, celebrate it with us. Hit that like button. We're here to talk about Arsenal. We're here to talk about Spurs, to see what happened, why they collapsed. Mikel Arteta's out is trending everywhere somehow. People, hit that like button for us. Almost 100 people right away. So hit that like button for us. I'm here with the guys, of course. Dawood is here. Cannabis is here from Tunnel TV. Will is here, of course, from Tottenham away. Guys, how is everybody feeling? I'm going to start with Will. How are you feeling?
I'm just speechless at the moment. The last probably 5 days has just been a shock. There's a lot to talk about. But yeah, I'm just speechless at the moment.
Will's feeling vindicated, right? All the people in the comments section, not the live chat, well, the live chat too, but comment section channel of your channel, Mo. All these people that said that I was some kind of deluded American because I said that Tottenham would be within 1 point of you guys by Christmas. And it took an extra week because Romero got injured. For sure as shit, 1 in 5. Remember that, guys? 1 in 5. Remember that?
Yeah. The downfall has been, a joke. It's one extreme to another. You go from being top, being one of the title favorites, and now not even being able to challenge for the title anymore. I think with the form that we're going on, and with the teams that we have coming up, we have to resolve this with the January transfer window. The January transfer window has come at the right time. If this form was happening in November or in February, then I would have been a lot scared. But now January, it came at the right time because they know who to get. They know that this is a make or break season where the title was basically in our hands. We could have had a 6-7 point lead to Man City. Now Man City got a game in hand. They've got the same points as us, and they've got Haaland to come back, Kevin De Bruyne to come back, and yeah, it's a lot of people to question. That's all I want to say at the moment.
How are you feeling?
I feel good. I'm all right. I'm okay. Obviously, I'm disappointed with the result, but it's not the end of the world. I'm not going to go into panic mode. I'm not going to go like, oh, the manager needs to be sacked or whatever. It's part of those things. It's part of the game. And to be honest with you, I think Arsenal fans, they feel entitled to 3 points. You're not entitled to 3 points. You have to play to win. We didn't play to win today. We played. I've said it like from what I saw against West Ham and today, we over enjoyed our Christmas. I think after the Liverpool game, we should have played on Boxing Day. We had like a 2 or 3 day gap. I think those boys, they had too much fun and they dropped the ball a bit. And they need a reset. Hopefully, when they go to Dubai, they sit back, they find out what's wrong. The second half, they come back stronger. But it's not the end of the world. It's a disappointing result. Kudos to Fulham today. They played very, very well today. They were aggressive. They were strong. They were tactically better today. And apart from the first 5 minutes, Arsenal were nowhere to be found. So it is what it is.
The problem is teams now know how to play against us. Last season, it was, it's Arsenal. We can play against them. Fulham did it today. West Ham did it the other day. You just sit back against Arsenal. You know that they don't have a lethal striker. You know that they can't break through low blocks. You just hit them on the counter attack. They get complacent. We got that early goal, and you see the first goal that we conceded was pathetic. You see Benjamin White playing going on the right wing, where that our right hand side, their left hand side with Robinson and Willian. The amount of times Robinson did the overlap runs where Saka was not tracking him, and that first goal we conceded, while we were so open, while we're going for the second goal where we've got the control of the game. And then where Fulham knew, make it 1-1, sit back, and us going to make a mistake. Where Mistake FC for the past 4 games, it's like teams don't need to do anything to score against us. The first goal we conceded against West Ham, when the ball went out but it didn't go out, that was pathetic defending. Defending, like our defending this season has been amazing. But for the past 4 or 5 games, for some reason, it reminds me of Emery defending when we had David Luiz and Mustafi and Socrates and Lichtsteiner. Like Saliba looks like he just came back from France and he doesn't know how to play with these players. There's no chemistry anymore at the back, and it's like it's just the defending that's gone worse. And we've got nothing up front. It's absolutely nothing up front, man. Eddie Nketiah, Gabriel Jesus, I'm being serious. It's not me being reactionary. These 2 players, and the crazy thing is, I just found about this today. The last time Eddie Nketiah scored away from home in the Premier League for Arsenal was last year, 2022 December. That's the last time he scored away from home for Arsenal. That kind of form we have up front. Gabriel Jesus got 3 league goals this season. 3. How are we going to win the league with these 2 up front? We have to make a change. We have to buy a striker this January. If we don't buy a striker, then we're just going to be in the fight to stay in the top 4. That's where it is. You can't rely on Martinelli and Saka every season. You can't rely on Martin Odegaard. Martinelli, he looks shattered. It looks like I don't know what's happened to him. He looks like a different man from last season. He can't get past the play. I think because he hasn't got no one to help him out on the left-hand side. Saka, Martinelli, they don't got no fullbacks that do overlap runs. So they're literally 2v1 on both sides. Martinelli has to take on 2 people. Saka needs to take on 2 people because Ben White is a centre-back. Kyrgios is a centre-back. Tomiyasu is a centre-back. And I was saying in my live stream, we're the only team that has only centre-backs in our team. We've got Saliba, Gabriel, Ben White, Tomiyasu, Kyrgios, 5 centre-backs. And we've got Zinchenko, who's a midfielder that plays left-back. We haven't got any natural fullbacks in our team. Like, we just don't. And I don't know why. I think we're relying on Saka and Martinelli to do some worldies and get past 2-3 players and score top bin. They can't do that. They're not good enough. So there's too many problems at this team, man. And yeah, every week, man, I'm seeing it. Every week, we've got no goals in our team. We can't defend. We can't control possession anymore. Our goalkeeper's got a mistake in him. And it's like... I don't know, man. It's tough now.
Welcome to the people that joined from This Is Football, guys. We have about 360 people here, so let's get to 150 likes. Hit that like button when you join the stream, of course. Will, take the mic, please, and let me know. Like, I want your opinion as a rival fan about the people that say Arteta out. I want an objective opinion. Why you should tell the people? A lot of people are saying sack the manager now. What would you tell these people that say sack do you agree with them first? And if yes or no, please give me the reasons.
I think that if I'm gonna put the banter aside, we'll save that for later. I mean, Arteta's had a lot of time. He's had a lot of time. He's had a lot of money. So if the fans aren't happy with the result, I think the fans are happy though. I think most fans, I would say that the people that are Arteta out have been Arteta out for like the last 4 years. They just had to keep their mouths shut last year because you guys had a purple patch. But I think that I don't know. I still think that last season was you guys overperforming. I don't think you guys aren't that team. And I think you're seeing that now. That's why I said even after the injuries that we got and we lost 5 in a row, we went from 5 points up to 5 points behind. I said that you guys will drop off. And I even called the date that it would start. The day that it would start. The match week it would start. Sure enough, on that exact match week, it happened. And it's not because I'm a genius or some kind of guru or I have a crystal ball. It's because I could watch your guys' performance and all the excuses that you guys made. Oh, it's going to come. It's going to change. I don't see it. And who's at fault for that? I mean, I don't think Arteta's 100% at fault of that. I think, one, your players are way overrated. Right? I think Saka's a good player, but he's not world class. Gabriel Jesus is a good player, but he's nowhere close to being world class. Saliba's a good defender, but he's nowhere near being the best center back in the league. Martinelli, average. Been average. Last year was an off season, a good season, right? Everybody had a good season, right? Granit Xhaka, after 4 or 5 years at your club being a good, physical, killer type of a player had the most GA in his life?
Are you done? Are you done?
Should you
Are you
sack
done?
Arteta? I don't know. You
When
guys
you
tell me.
finish,
Should you sack
when
Arteta?
you're done, let me know, Mr. Spurs. Let me know. Since
Anything I said was wrong?
since you're so good at knowing things, when would you tell us when you guys win a trophy first? When will you tell us
Sure,
when you
4
guys
windows.
since we have the overrated team and you guys are numero uno and
I
Spurs?
didn't say we were number uno.
Nah,
Don't put words in my mouth. 4 windows from now is when we'll win a trophy. 4 windows from now. So that includes this
so
January,
that's
next
so you're
summer,
trying to say 2 years,
next
right?
January, the summer after that.
2 years. That's
2
2
years.
years, right? 2
Mhm.
years. No problem. See, bro, we have lost 3 games this season out of, let me say, 18. Yes? Fine.
2020.
20. We've lost 3 games out of 20. We've probably drawn 2. We won the rest. That's not bad. That's not bad. Yes, the problem is it's the losses here are coming at a crucial time. That doesn't mean we're overrated or whatever you're talking about. We're still challenging for a title
You're
like
not.
last season. Yes, we are.
You're in 4th with your main squad, bro.
It's still how many? What's the point? How many?
We've
What's
lost
the
Player
point,
comes
because
back
guys?
from injury that
4 games.
changes your season.
We've lost 4 games.
4 games.
Are you including the Lens one, the one in the Champions
No,
League?
No.
Aston Villa,
In the league.
Newcastle, West Ham,
Yeah.
Fulham.
That's
4
fine.
Premier League games. 4 Premier League
That's
games.
fine. That's okay. That's okay. It's cool.
That's not
We're
okay.
no, it's okay. As long as you can't win every game in this Premier League. The Premier League is tough, bro. We have to face
No,
the reality.
it's the way
teams
we're
have stepped
losing.
up.
It's the way
Other
we're
teams-
losing.
You've dropped 5 points
I
to
get it.
Fulham, man.
It's the way we're losing. We're losing badly, yes, but we're still gonna pick up. We're not losing like 5-0. We're not losing like 6-0. We're gonna pick up.
Yeah, but the
Well,
the difference is we don't have goals in our team. We don't score enough goals.
But what is our goals difference in? Our goal difference is plus 17.
No,
Liverpool
but
is
it's
about plus 18, plus 19. It's not that bad.
it's
The problem is we're gifting goals away. We're gifting goals away. Look at the West Ham goal. Gift. Liverpool
okay
goal.
against West Ham. Was it the defense's fault? Was it the attacker's fault against West Ham? We had
The
30 shots.
the first goal.
No, I'm talking about the game when we lost 2-0 against West Ham. We had
I'll
30
say-
shots. 30.
Yeah. I'll say it's
Well-
even. I'll say it's even. Both sides messed up. We conceded a very sloppy goal and we didn't finish our dinner. It's a team effort. At the end of the day, I just think it's a dip in form, and I think we're going to bounce back. We just need
But
to reset.
team, I think when you come with the question about judging Arteta and sacking Arteta, I think that's nonsense because we're only
Yeah.
2 points behind Liverpool, who are first right now. So even if they win their game in hand, that's 5 points behind Liverpool, where we just hit the halfway part of the season. We've still got 19 games left, sorry, of the season. So sacking Arteta, that's nonsense, yeah. I think when we're in the territory of not being in the top 4, then I understand where we're going backwards, okay? But we're still around, the Liverpool and Man City, where sacking Arteta, that's not a solution.
We just
okay?
need to be in the mix and
Yeah,
finish
I think
our
we're
dinner.
being very reactionary. When Man City a month ago, they had like 1 win in 6. Is that right?
Yeah.
But that's the question, people. Do you guys, both of you Arsenal fans, you believe that this is just a blip?
It's just a blip.
Both
Right
of
now,
you,
it's a blip.
you believe this is a blip?
I said to you at the beginning of the year that the blip has come at the right time because this January transfer window, they know what they need to do.
Yes, Dawood, no rival fan
They
believes
know what
that.
they
That's
need to
the
do.
problem. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear.
That's why they're rival fans.
No
They don't
rival
need to believe.
fan believes
That's why
that.
they're rival fans. They don't need to believe it. They're rival fans. They're biased. So
Rival
we don't
fans
expect-
will always be reactionary.
None of you convince me
Simple.
why this is a blip. Why this is a blip?
Why
Yes,
is it a blip?
please
Because
don't watch. So last season, I'm going to give you an example. Last season, people said Jurgen Klopp was a blip as a season because he has a lot of credit in the bank. Do you guys going to sit here and convince people that Arteta has enough credit in the bank to not consider last season as a blip, but to consider this as a blip? That's the question that people ask. I don't believe that. I'm just asking the question that people ask. I'm sure Will has the same question.
Yeah.
Is it last season the blip?
8th,
Or what
8th,
happened now is the
5th,
blip?
2nd, 4th. That's
Wait,
how you
wait,
When
you
you're
can't say
talking
four,
about
you
blip,
finish
you
this.
have to be subjective. You have to be. You're talking
Objective.
about blips. We're talking about blip objective. Sorry, we are talking about blips during periods. The time we had the blip, we lost. We dropped points at Anfield. We lost to West Ham, or we drew points at West Ham. Sorry, we drew points with Southampton. That was the period we had our blip. Now we're having the blip because we've been on a good run of form. And since Anfield, we've seemed to not be able to score goals, and we've been giving goals away. And it's been 3 games. We're not won since Brighton.
Yeah, but the answer to you, Kennedy, is that people say that from the beginning of the season you don't look the same. You aren't as creative. Your defense gotten better, but you aren't as creative. You lack something in the team. You're trying to find the right mix. These are legit questions.
I think what we missed from last season and this season is that last season there was no expectancy. There was no pressure to go and win the league. This season there's pressure. It's in the back of their heads. There's pressure this year. And last season we're finishing our dinner without any pressure because nobody was expecting us to do shit last year. But this year, all of a sudden, Arsenal is going to challenge for the league. So these boys are still young. The manager is still a young manager. So obviously there's pressure looming in their heads. So I'm not really going to be too hard on them. I'm just going to say all we just need is a reset. We have Crystal Palace next at home. We just have to bounce back. That's all.
Will wanted to say something as well. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, because the form that you're on right now, this patch that you're seeing right now, we've seen all season. You guys scraped by multiple games with lucky penalties, and I told you.
How many penalties have we had this season, Will? How many penalties?
6.
How many?
6.
In which games? In which games? I can't recall us having a penalty. When last did Arsenal have a penalty?
Palace, Fulham, Tottenham.
When did we play Crystal Palace?
Sheffield United.
At the beginning of the season, away.
You have a horrible
That's
memory,
August.
my man.
When's December, bro?
Listen to what I'm saying. Bro. The form.
How many months ago?
What was the score line against Crystal Palace?
1-0.
And what did you get in that game? How many goals did you
We
create
had a
from
red
open
card.
play?
We had a red card in that game. We had to battle it out to win that game. What are you talking about?
How many goals did you score from open play? Listen to what I'm saying before you run your mouth.
What are you talking about? We got 3
points.
But
how many of those games? How many games this season have we won convincingly? How many games?
1.
I'd say the Bournemouth.
The Champions League.
I'd say Bournemouth away.
I'm talking about Champions League.
I'm talking about Bournemouth away. We won 3-0 convincingly. And then, top of my head, I can't remember that many games.
We beat a team 5-0 at home. We beat a team 5-0 at home.
Sheffield United. That's it.
We beat Brighton. We dominated Brighton.
Okay, 3 games.
Brighton. We had another game. I think that's a game we played. I need to check.
And then if you look at the games that we lost here, away to Newcastle, we created no chances. We didn't deserve to win that game at all. Away to Newcastle, we deserved to lose that game. Away to Aston Villa, it was our end product in that game was absolutely shocking. Odegaard, Saka, Jesus, absolutely horrendous end product. Away to Liverpool, we were so lucky to get away with a draw that game. Because in the second half, we did absolutely nothing. After we had the first 15, 20 minutes away to Anfield. After that, it was literally just hanging on. That's all it was at Anfield. Luton.
You had 2 shots on target versus Crystal Palace, 4 shots versus Everton, 4 shots on target versus us, 2 shots on Manchester City, 3 on Chelsea. There's been lots of games where you guys
when the results business,
nothing.
All the stats don't matter.
2 shots on target.
We are in the results. They don't matter.
The stats matter, and that's how I told you that as soon as you played Aston Villa, you would drop.
Bro. It doesn't matter.
Aston Villa's a top because team. That's how I was able to see that as soon as you played Aston Villa, you would lose. And your form would change from that week point
Aston Villa away from home? Who beats Aston Villa at their house?
That's what stats tell you.
What's this guy talking about? Who beats Aston Villa away from home? Who does? Did Man City do it? The favorites? Did they? What are you talking about? Liverpool hasn't even been there yet. Bro, at the end of the day, it's 3 points. That is the most important stat. How many goals did you score on the board? All this, how many shots on target? We're in a certain place for a certain reason. We played well in some games. Yes. We won ugly most times. Against Luton, we won ugly. But we got the job done. And unfortunately,
Everton, Luton.
We still got the job done. That's what matters. Unfortunately for us, we've come into a part of the season where we have a blip. We just need to bounce back. It's fine.
Last season, after 20 games last season, we had 50 points. 50 points last season after 20 games. This season, we've got 40 points. So we're 10 less points than last season, which is a massive drop-off. We only lost 2 games after 20 games last season. This season, we've already lost 4 games. That's double last season than after 20 games. And our goal difference last season after 20 games was, I'm looking at it, 20. So it was 30.
You've lost 4 and drawn 4.
Yeah,
by
this
the way.
season is 17 goal difference. Everything from last season has dropped off massively. Goals conceded. We're conceding more goals. We've lost more games. We've scored less goals. We've created less chances. What have we done this season? That's an improvement from last season. I don't get it. What has been an improvement from last season? Can you answer?
I think we need to stop comparing last season to this season, because at the end of the day, last season we didn't win anything.
If you're going to challenge for the title, you do.
Bro, no.
Actually, you don't. Because
we win the league last year?
Man City, because still, okay, so here's the problem. Here is the whole thing is that this City team or this Liverpool team are in the teams because both of them actually are on course to get 80 something point. They're not 95, not 97. Arsenal might not have to replicate last season. I'm not saying here that Arsenal will win the league or not win the league, but I don't think they need to be like fantastic to win the league. They just need to do the right things. But at the moment, for the last 2 weeks, they haven't. They aren't doing the right things, right? That's my problem, right?
That's
and
what
unless Man City go on a run, and they might go in January transfer window and fix their team as well, and KDB is coming back, and we'll see how they look. Liverpool also, they still needs a lot of stuff. They're asking for a center back, a left back, and all the stuff. Darwin Núñez isn't scoring. My problem is people are already ruling out Arsenal. Like completely out, right? This is what's happening, right?
I ruled them out from game week 2, Mo.
I'm not talking only about you, Will. I'm talking about the majority of people now are saying Arsenal aren't even going to be around. But I don't know based on what, because they're weaker than last year, but so are Man City, so are Liverpool.
I'm just saying, with Man City, if Man City win their game in hand, which is against who again? Remember, it's not a very difficult team. They're already top of the table.
Yeah, fair enough, to be honest with you. And at that point, nobody can argue with them. No, they aren't. They actually aren't, because Liverpool still play the game less. So Liverpool are 2 points ahead of them. But to be honest with you, I'm not defending Arsenal here. I'm just defending the logic. The logic says that, Arsenal lost 2 games, but Man City at the point, they had 5 games without a win as well. Like, at that time, they lost a lot of points as well. All the league, and I said it, in the beginning of the season, people didn't believe me. I said, this league is not stronger, but the top teams are weaker. The likes of Arsenal and Man City and Liverpool are weaker than what we've seen over the past 5 seasons. When it was Liverpool battering Man City, freaking Liverpool win all season, lost 1 game. Man City win all season, dropped how many points? And Arsenal last season, 50 points.
Oh, what do you say, Mo? What do you say, Mo? Now lesser teams are hiring top managers.
Yes.
Aston Villa have got a world-class manager in Emery. Brighton have got a quality manager in De Zerbi. You've got Spurs that have brought in Ange, who the style of play that they've been yearning since Pochettino times. You've got obviously Chelsea that have brought in Pochettino, and especially in the big games, Chelsea actually do turn up. You see Newcastle with Eddie Hearn second season, especially in the big games, they turn up. So it's like there's a lot of teams around. You got Fulham with Silva, that he's a top manager in my opinion. So there's a lot of teams this season that they've got a lot of top managers where not necessarily that the Man City, Liverpool, and Arsenal have dropped off. It's just that the lesser teams are now gone stronger, where they can match Arsenal, Liverpool, and Man City when it comes to style of football. Like, look at Aston Villa. Aston Villa, how many of those Aston Villa players would get into the Arsenal team? There's quite a few of them you can name. And that's not because of the quality. I think because of the signings now have just gone better. I think more teams in the Premier League have gone wiser with the signings, and it's just getting harder now.
Yeah,
I think there's a lot of those Aston Villa guys that get into your squad.
Yes, the striker, winger, I'd say a couple of midfielders.
I think Douglas Luiz, Camara, one of them. I actually believe Konsa would get in your team, in my opinion. I think what's his name? Watkins.
No. Konsa ahead of you.
Ben White on the right side, 100%.
No, I'd say Matty Cash instead of Ben White.
Emi Martinez will get in your team.
He's already in their team.
So it's like I don't think because of the Premier League's gone weak.
Won a trophy. An FA Cup. Don't forget that, boy.
You should have kept him.
Not Eddie
You
Howe.
should have kept him. He's the last person still in the Premier League who lifted that FA Cup, by the way.
No, not Eddie Hearn. I'm not Eddie Hearn. I mean Eddie.
Bailey, Diaby might get on one of the wingers as well. Like, to be honest,
so I don't think it's just thingy, Mo. I don't think it's the Arsenal, Liverpool, and
so
Man
it's
City.
doom and
getting
gloom
weaker.
for you.
Huh?
Is it doom and gloom for you as an Arsenal fan?
No, do you know what it is? I'd
It's not doom and
rather
gloom, bro.
I'd rather know where we are now than this happen in March, in February, March, because then it's like you feel more like you feel more hurt. Now it's like where if people have written us off. People that said when Arsenal win the title is finished. Okay, so people have already written us off. We're third favorites, fourth favorites. Okay, we're not even in the conversation. I want to win the league title. So the pressure now to win the league title must be out of the players now. Okay, they can't be talking about no title now. Okay, now it's just about trying to get a 3, 4, 5 game winning streak, enjoying their football, trying to actually play good football. I know this is like a bit of more, like, oh, you're deflecting. I'm not deflecting. Let's just get a couple of wins together, get that confidence back. We've got Liverpool next weekend in the FA Cup. That's a big game. So if we can manage to beat Liverpool, and we've got Liverpool coming up as well in February, I think. So if we can get a couple of wins together and just low key, don't be in the conversation for the title for the next month or two, make a couple of key signings, and then Mo will have a different conversation in February. I'll have a different conversation in February when we're a couple of points off top. We've got Ivan Toney that's in the squad. We've got a midfielder that's there, and then you're talking about Timber's back.
What do you make of Arteta's comments this past week, where he said that you probably won't sign people and that you will have a meeting in January to see where you guys are at? Like,
I think
why should you not already be? I mean, because our manager's not playing those type of rodeo games, right? He's saying, I already asked Santa for my wish list. Hopefully,
no, but I think if we said, oh yeah, we're gonna try to get a couple of signings, the clubs will know. Okay, Arsenal are desperate for a striker. Let's try to get an extra 20 million for them. I think it's one of those.
They already know that, though. I mean, that's not a surprise. Like, I haven't seen any Fabrizio Romano links for you guys at all yet.
Yeah, because there's literally at Arsenal. I don't want to big up Arsenal too much. Yeah, you don't get that many leaks from our club. I think when we're trying to get a player that we really want, we can get them done in a week's time. So I think
we're getting a lot of YouTubes. My brother's cousin's uncle said that he works for Ivan Toney and he's coming. Like we've gotten a lot of those from YouTubers, but I haven't seen anything from Fabrizio Romano.
Fabrizio doesn't want to start a rumor that he hasn't got
right, unless there's some legitimacy to it. That's my point.
Yeah, but Fabrizio hasn't got no inside sources at Arsenal, so he can't get a rumor where before it used to be David Ornstein, who used to work closely with Arsenal, and he'd get inside rumors of Arsenal linked with this player, that player. If you really look at it, most of the times when Arsenal make a news for when they're trying to sign a player, it's always David Ornstein that makes that announcement first. Then it's Fabrizio after. Fabrizio is literally like us.
David Ornstein said you guys are fine?
No, but David Ornstein doesn't do rumors. He only does it when David Ornstein announced a signing, they've agreed a fee or they're in a progress. He doesn't do like Fabrizio tweeting every 5 minutes talking about new transfer rumor. Okay, David Ornstein, when about to sign a player, that's when he tweets.
Let me do these couple of super chats because some of them are related. Mina Sidhom, thank you so much for being a member. Third favorites in Champions League, can't even get 3 wins against London. Yeah, bro. Thank you, Mina. Noisy neighbors, of course, Joey and Mauve. These men spent over 700 million pounds since 2016 with no real return. They need to spend again. Wow.
What do you mean no real return? We brought back Champions League football for the first time in 7 years. Okay, we're not Man City trying to win the treble first. This is small steps. Okay, I think that's the problem with social media fans is that they expect. After spending 700 million, you need to be winning the Premier League, the Champions League. No, you take small steps. You get back in the Champions League. You get back in the conversation to trying to win the Premier League. Yeah. No Arsenal fan said that we're going to win the Premier League this season. Okay. No one said we're 100% going to win the league. Now they said we're in the conversation.
Next to you.
They said we're in the conversation. No one said we're guaranteed to win the
Show
Premier
me
League.
when I said we're going to win the league.
When we were on the stream together the first time, I asked you, and you said we will.
I said
win
we're
the
going to win the
league.
league before you ever will.
We will. No,
I said
I
you
asked
die.
you this
You will
season.
come back and say,
we
bro,
will
you
win
won't
the
even see the league
league.
title. You're a Tottenham fan. Come on, man. That's what I said. That we'll win the league before you because you're a Tottenham
No,
fan.
no,
You don't
no,
win
not
anything.
before me.
You
Not
haven't won
before
anything
me.
since you discovered Tottenham,
Mo,
and even
I
after
asked
you
him,
discovered Tottenham,
will
won't
you win the
anything.
league? And
What are
he
you
No,
said,
no, 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 no.
We will
No
win
one
the
said. No
league.
one has said. No one has said we're 100% going to win the league. Okay, being in
Mo
the
is not gonna ask me.
conversation is what we said. Okay, and being in the conversation with Man City, the greatest Premier League time of the greatest Premier League side of all time. I'm happy to be in the same conversation as them. Being in a title race with a team like Man City, I'm happy about that. Okay, at least we're in the conversation. And now, if
Every
all I want to
year.
say is, say that again.
Every year now, we'll be in the
We're in the
conversation.
title race last season. We're in the title race this season. We're making progress. Okay, we're in the
Yeah.
Champions League for the first time in 7 years. We're making progress. Okay, let's not do those reactionary Arteta routes. We're going backwards. We were going backwards with Emery. We're going backwards with Wenger. Last 10 years, his last 10 years, every year we're going backwards. So we're not going backwards at Arteta. Okay, at least we're in the conversation. And Mo, I know what you're trying to do there. You're trying to get a reaction
Me?
out of us. Yeah, you're trying to get a reaction
No,
out.
it's Will, bro. Bro, it's not me, bro. It's Will. Why are you pointing to
No,
me?
no, because
Will
it's
is
supposed
the
to be
one who
neutral.
said Arsenal fans. I am sitting here silent. You're accusing. I am not. Wallahi, I didn't say anything for the last 10 minutes. You and Will are talking. No, it's
No,
not
because
me, bro.
I know Will's a Spurs fan. He's gonna obviously say Arteta's not good enough
I didn't say anything, wallahi.
because
But I
Will,
haven't
Will's
thought
a Spurs
Arteta's good
fan.
enough. I haven't. Hold on. Let me be clear. I haven't thought Arteta's good enough for a while, right? So it's not like I'm basing my opinion on Arteta not being good enough off the last 5 games. I think you should have sacked him 2 years ago, personally, right? I mean, the guy. Look, the guy is the most.
Will,
Look, you
Will,
cannot.
would you
I'm sorry.
would
There
you
is
want to
no.
be in
There
our
is no.
situation?
I'm sorry. There is no top 6 club that can take a manager with literally no experience and then be happy with that.
You took
I'm
a
sorry.
manager with a lot of experience last season. What happened? In fact, 2 managers, Conte and Mourinho.
We were 4th as long as that manager was here.
So what happened? What happened?
Look,
You
I'll
even
tell you
sacked
exactly what happened.
Mourinho. You even sacked Mourinho before he was about to win a trophy because you guys don't like winning trophies.
That's because our owners are
you
a
talking
twat,
about?
right? Our owners are twat.
You have so much knowledge, but no knowledge
Jose
about winning
Mourinho's fault. He
trophies.
got sacked
So
a week
interesting.
before the final when we could have still gotten 4th place and we could have won a League Cup.
When are you going to get a cup? When are you going to get a trophy, William? When are you going to? It's not Daniel Levy's fault.
We all know that you'd want to be in our situation. Okay, in our situation.
Why would I want to be in your situation?
Because at least we're actually
not the team
progressing
that
from last
finished 5th,
season.
6th, 5th, 8th, 8th, 5th, 2nd, and 4th.
Yeah, you're the
this
team that
season.
never wins anything. You're
That's
that
not
team.
us. I don't want to be in your
finishing
spot.
5th and 6th.
You
We're
talk
winning
about
that
how
Cup.
manager
I don't want this crybaby standing on
Please,
my
the
touch
crybaby
line.
has more trophies than Tottenham in the last 10 years. Come on, man. Put that down, man. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? No trophies, bro.
I don't want to be where you are.
Yeah.
I'm fine where I'm at.
Objectively,
Because you don't win trophies.
no,
Of
hold
course
on.
you wouldn't want to be when I want to be.
Why should Tottenham at the moment with Ange Postecoglou should be thriving to be in Arsenal's place? I'm genuinely asking.
Because if you look at
I asked. Okay, go ahead. One of you.
now, I was going to say, if you look at the progression we've made, now we've got the building blocks that we've been looking for the past 10 years. Okay, we've got 2 centre backs who are in their early 20s. We've got a holding midfielders in the early 20s. We've got that foundation. Okay, we've got Martin Odegaard, captain for Norway, captain for Arsenal. He's in his early 20s. Okay, we've got Saka, Martinelli, star boys on the wings. Okay, we've got the foundation. Okay, we've got the resources. Not like Spurs. Spurs don't have the resources. We've got the resources, and
We
we'd
make
love
more
to
money
be
than
Arsenal. And would love to be Arsenal because he knows that he'd get backed. At Spurs, with Daniel Levy, you're not getting backed. Okay, Spurs' policy is sell to buy. Okay, you have to
Their
sell your
greatest
main
player
players.
left to win trophies.
You have to sell your main players to get another player. We don't do that, Mo. Okay, we don't have to sell Saka to bring in another striker, world-class striker. Spurs have to sell a Harry Kane to bring in someone else. Spurs have to sell,
I was told on this show yesterday, Mo. When was it yesterday? That you had to sell Balogun in order to buy somebody to buy
Balogun,
the
yeah,
rights.
Balogun have not even
They
played.
had to sell either Balogun or Nketiah.
We didn't
And
have to sell.
nobody,
We didn't have to sell
nobody
Balogun.
came for Nketiah, so they had to sell
We
Balogun.
didn't have to sell Balogun. Balogun
He
said, I
wanted
want
to
to be
leave.
first choice.
He wanted to
I want be
leave.
First choice,
He
playing
wanted to
league
keep him,
now.
but he wanted to leave.
Yes,
He
we
wanted to
leave.
play.
We didn't have to sell him.
He
We
wanted
didn't
to
have to
leave.
sell him, though.
And he would be your best striker right now, guaranteed.
How many goals does he have in League One? Check it.
Yeah, he's
This
struggling right
season,
now.
4.
Nketiah has more. So what are you talking about?
You're
But
back in
Nketiah is not your
Nketiah. Believe
starter.
it. You're back in
No,
Nketiah
now
now.
he's saying Balogun
Now
will
back
be
in
better, but
Nketiah.
Nketiah has
He would.
more. And
And
Nketiah
yo,
is
Nketiah
his
yo,
team.
yo, Mo, I
How
just
good
say
is
one
his
last
team
thing.
doing right now in Liga?
I just
Oh,
want to say
man.
one last thing, yeah? We're
Yes.
a young team, we're gaining
Sports fans.
experience, okay? And 2024 is looking good. It's gonna look good, 2024. Don't worry.
2024 looking good. Let me do a couple of super chats. He's saying Hamad here. Hamad here is saying Will is probably right all along. Spurs could be above Arsenal by the end of the season.
I laugh in Chinese
It's true.
arithmetic.
He's laughing because he's scared. He's nervous about it.
I need to do the rest. Pete is saying a Spurs fan telling us what is good. Very ironic. Thank you. Ozan Kabak is saying Will McGregor, aka Mystic Will, aka Will Straudamus. Thank you, Ozan Kabak. Pete again is saying the Spurs fans turned troller instead of Spurs goal. I'm not.
I don't get that.
getting it. I don't get it, Pete. I'm really not getting it. Well, yeah. The thing about Will is that I know that when he trolls, it's obvious, but he's not trolling. He really believes that Spurs will finish above Arsenal. Like, actually believe that.
It's not true.
Pac-Man is saying they have spent more than the defense budget of most African countries to take small steps. Just admit it. It's not worked. Has it worked, actually? If you regress this season, do you think it worked?
If you're saying, obviously, if we don't get into the top 4, we get knocked out by Porto and we get knocked out by Liverpool in the FA Cup. That is a horrendous season. Okay,
Yeah,
that's when you start questioning the manager. But if we sustain our position in the Champions League, we get to minimum semi-final of the FA Cup, and we have a good run in the semi-final of the Champions League. Sorry, and we have actually a good run in the FA Cup. Then obviously we're making progress.
You
Because
got to play
last
Liverpool,
season,
man. Look, you got to realize the FA Cup is most likely.
why? We're at home against Liverpool.
Yeah, it's Liverpool, and your way you're playing right now. You think you're going to beat
But this
Liverpool?
might be a situation where it's not a league game where we have to win in the first 90 minutes, where we can, Liverpool are not going to sit back. We're at home. They're going to play open football, and especially
Are you
when
going to
we
rotate
play
players, or are you going to play?
If you look at it, when we play teams that want to play football against us, like Brighton tried to play that expansive football, we dominated them. Our problem is when teams sit back with a back 5 with three holding midfielders and say, like West Ham did. West Ham played a back 4, but obviously the 2 wing backs were playing back, so back 6. They had Alvarez and Souček holding midfielders. We couldn't get through that, and they just hit us on the transition. Both goals was
Liverpool
one
ain't West Ham, man. Liverpool ain't West Ham. Look,
no, but I'm talking about the reason why we've got more of a chance of beating Liverpool is because they're not going to play like that. They're going to play more expansive. Who's going to keep more space to Martinelli, give more space to Saka, give more space to Mike Odegaard to do his thing.
yeah,
Especially
but their
with
defenders are way better. Their defenders are way better. Look, against Liverpool, you guys did not create hardly anything. Right? So this is what I'm saying. You got to look at the games by game by game. Look at the opposition that you're playing. You can't just have this mindset of, you know what, we're Arsenal, so we're going to go and we're going to get a result because it's at our ground. Bro, you didn't beat us at your ground. You didn't beat Fulham at your ground.
We beat Man City.
Off a deflected goal and then whatever.
No, but it
Congratulations.
wasn't-
Off
It's
of
3
two shots in the whole game.
It's
Congrats.
3 points, bro. It's 3 points.
Yeah, but I'm saying is that is the anomaly, not the
Bro.
mean.
Tell us when your team is going to win the trophy. All this talk. You have so much
I already
info
told
about
you
other teams.
in 2 years. I already told you.
Every year is in 2 years.
Every year is 2 years.
Every year is in 2 years. It's Spurs. That's all it is.
4 windows. I said this on Mo Show last
Oh my
week
God.
too. Last game, midweek.
Taran here is saying Arsenal fan here. Will is 100% correct.
That he's not an Arsenal fan then. He's not an Arsenal
Yeah.
fan.
You don't tell
No, no.
people if they are or they're not Arsenal fans.
He's not an Arsenal fan. I know for sure. No, he's not an Arsenal fan.
The problem is none of you have actually objectively challenged him.
I've challenged him.
You did.
I've
Allegedly.
challenged who?
Dawood
Challenged who?
did.
Challenge two.
So I'm gonna. Will, you can
Is
say
it Will?
why
Is
do
it
you
Will?
think? Okay, so hold on.
Challenge Will.
Well, why do you think Spurs objectively are in a better place than Arsenal at the moment?
Yeah.
Huh?
Okay. So we have a manager who has multiple years experience, right? He's got over 25 years in football, has won major honors every club that he's managed for. He's built a system over time that he knows works when he puts the right players in the right spot. And we saw that in the first half of the season. And unfortunately for him, 4 of his 5 best players go down, right? After that Chelsea game. They absolutely go down. And then you see the drop. But even in that drop, you can still see his football coming through with these god-awful players that everybody rates to be awful. They're still overperforming because of him. You don't see that with Arteta. That's why I don't need Arteta. That's why I don't want to be in your position, because I know once we get those players to fit in this guy's system, then we will start to win things like Celtic, like Yama, the place in Japan that I can't pronounce the name right now, and then also too in Melbourne. That's
Please, what are you going to win? What are you going to win?
the league.
Well, you should do stand-up comedy. I swear to God, you should do
I mean,
stand-up.
YouTube's kind of stand-up comedy, right? I mean,
You
that's the
should
point.
do
If you're not
stand-up
funny, if you're not
comedy.
entertaining, the people don't watch you.
My guy
Yokohama.
said the league.
Yokohama.
Oh my
Yeah, yeah.
God.
Yeah, it's a tongue twister, that one.
Yokohama. Yeah. Listen, I'm here. Andrew Wright is saying Liverpool have 2 wins in 3 games at your ground. He's responding to Dawood. Hamza Street, big up Mo. Thank you so much for the support. Happy New Year. Thank you for everybody that's supporting the channel, sending a super chat. We'll give you a shout out at the end. To be honest, thank you everybody that is supporting us. Over 550 people here. Can we get the likes up? 220 likes. We can get to 300 likes easy in New Year's Eve. And to be honest with you, about the game though, and I still believe, and I'm gonna just say that the thing that is hurting Arsenal at the moment is the midfield. Still, it's the Kai Havertz problem. I promise you, it is the Kai Havertz problem. I know people think I have an agenda. It is. We learned, and I said down Hussam's stream, you win games. If you don't have an X factor, and Arsenal don't at the moment, you win the games in the midfield. You dominate in the midfield, but you aren't. It's not only about ball position. It's about moving the ball where you want. The problem with Kai Havertz, and I said that before, is that he isn't influential in the midfield. And I said in the beginning of the season, Arteta is stubborn. He's very stubborn. And he insists on Kai Havertz. I hope that in January, instead of signing a striker, you sign a left 8. You actually sign a box-to-box midfielder.
Yeah, and you know the thing is, last season we had a 2-man midfield of Granit Xhaka and Thomas Partey, who were very exceptional. And this year we don't. It's a 1-man midfield with Declan Rice. So the change came in 3 months. It's too sudden, it's too drastic. So obviously these boys have to adjust. So yeah, I do agree with you. The midfield definitely needs a little bit of
What happened to Trossard though? And this is not been our
He's not a good
midfielder. Trossard is not a midfielder. I don't
consider. He did a far better job in the 8 role than Kai Havertz is doing.
He can do it in certain games, but Trossard is not a number 8. He's a number 7, 11, and maybe a false 9. I don't know about being a number 8. That's my problem. We need a natural midfielder in that position.
It's just the best football I've seen you guys play all season was when he was playing in a number 8 spot. That's all I'm saying.
What against who? What team?
I can't remember the game, but he played 2 games.
Wolves.
He played against. Did he play against Brighton?
Wolves.
Remember,
I even came in your chat. I even came in your group chat. And I said, you guys played great today. If you guys keep playing like that, you'll be scary. Remember?
I know, I remember that, but we didn't play. But we didn't control the midfield in the second half. Will we didn't control the midfield in the second half? We were all over the place in the second half. The midfield.
One player that we haven't spoke about that needs to start playing is Emile Smith-Rowe. He needs to be back in that midfield. I think they're a bit cautious to bring him back into the starting lineup because of his injury problems. But if you look at Smith-Rowe before his injury, he was one of our key players. And I think we missed that creativity on the left side, especially, linking off Martinelli, where if we can get him fully fit, I think the next part of the season, I'm not comparing him to, a Kevin De Bruyne. I'll never do that. But Man City got Kevin De Bruyne coming back. If we can get a fully fit Emile Smith-Rowe, who, you remember, locked down Arsenal, it was Smith-Rowe and Saka who were carrying Arsenal. carrying Arsenal. And then into that next season, he was one of our best
This
players.
is nuts. The way that this is nuts. Like, just
What's
this is
not?
that you're putting your hopes on Emil Smith Rowe. I think this is crazy.
Have you seen this? Have you seen Smith Rowe at his best for Arsenal?
I have.
And he wasn't. He wasn't.
And hold on. The problem
on par with Saka.
It was absolutely fantastic. But
Yes,
for
it
a
was
very
fantastic.
short see, you can't do that. You can't put all your hopes on someone like Emil Smith Rowe at the moment. You can't just do that. This is nuts. The guy hasn't been playing for 2 seasons or season and a half. You can't do that. You can't do that. If you want to win a title, you cannot just put all your hopes on someone like him. It's that I don't know what to tell you. Like,
it's not just him. It will not. I think he's the key
nuts,
to that
bro.
midfield.
Like, sometimes you guys say things that like just drive me crazy,
no. He's what because who are you mentioning for Arsenal
like
to
if
sign?
you said Timber, I don't know. Go sign Goretzka. I don't know.
Goretzka. And you're telling me Goretzka is a better
I'm telling you,
midfielder than
go. That's like 150% as a number 8. Yes.
No, we don't
play world class, B.
Bro, as 150%.
That's a world class player right there, man. Come on, man.
The fact that he's having a dip at the moment and still starting for Bayern Munich,
bro. I would take Goretzka's ankle and put it in a jersey.
Smith Rowe, bro. Smith Rowe was great when he was a youngster, right? Smith Rowe hasn't played for a year and a half, so stop this.
I think it's about 2 years now.
We can't do that. We can't sit here and put all Arsenal's hope on Goretzka.
Goretzka played. I saw Goretzka play in the Champions League for Bayern Munich. Yeah, he's not special. He's not special.
Wow.
Special, but Goretzka's not special. I'm sorry.
No, bro, I disagree with you there, man. I'm taking Leon Goretzka any goddamn day.
Man.
What? He's a treble winner. He's won the Champions League.
A lot of people are winning for Bayern Munich. Yeah, that doesn't mean
I'm gonna
he's won the Champions League too for Bayern Munich. Man.
I actually think you fucked up with the Havertz signing again. You fucked up big time. You used that money wrong. That part of the budget is fucked up. You could have put even 20-30 million and signed a world-class player in that place. To be honest, you fucked up big time when you signed Kai Havertz. And now he's trying to shoehorn him, and he's trying to play Trossard there. Watch him try to play Jesus in that place next game. And why did he not start Jesus today? Can someone explain to me? Because he missed a couple of chances?
Mo, after a performance against West Ham, he had to get dropped.
He didn't. Okay, so here's the difference. That's what you don't understand, and maybe that's why some Arsenal fans, with all due respect, Dawood, last game, it was one of the least games, which is Trossard again. He played last game. Yes, you missed a lot of chances, but it was your best game in terms of chances created.
Okay.
That's factually, right?
Yeah.
You missed them. So what he does this game is that instead of putting his faith in the players, maybe they are misfiring last game. You played this game. How many chances you created this game? How many touches did Nketiah get this game?
It's not about Mo. It wasn't about creating the chances. It's how we were getting done in the transition. Okay, Trossard.
And what happened today? What happened today?
West Ham
done even worse in the transition.
Yeah, West Ham on the transition. Yeah, Trossard was missing in that midfield. Absolutely missing that midfield. It was
bro, you got done in the transition today as well. Every time Willian and Dickodover Reed were running into a field.
And if you really watch that game, every Arsenal fan was shouting for Trossard to get off the pitch. Okay, he was one of our worst players.
Yeah, because he isn't. Yes, hear me out. Yes, because he wasn't like getting in the goal and stuff. But factually, this whole 5 players: Trossard, Martinelli, Jesus, Saka, Odegaard, factually created the most chances per game for Arsenal against a top defenders in our West Ham team. Is that a fact or not? Can it be? If I'm speaking wrong, be free to stop me.
We created a lot of chances. Why?
What? Why?
Because they let us. They sat back and said, create as many chances as possible.
Okay, Fulham sat back. Did you create the same chances today?
Fulham didn't sit back.
They didn't? Okay.
They didn't sit back. What are you talking about? After that first 10 minutes here, when we scored that first goal, we didn't have a single shot on target they had 6 shots. I was watching on Sky Sports. Fulham had 6 shots before we even had a shot before that. They were dominating.
That's not the definition. Okay, so Fulham at the end, they defended deep, right? They defended deeper. The majority of the game. West Ham as well. They defended deep. You created more chances. Who is a stronger team? Can someone explain to me? Who is a stronger team? West Ham or Fulham?
Obviously, West Ham.
Defensively and midfield. Well,
Obviously, West Ham. Yes.
you created more chances against West Ham. Is that
Where
correct?
did we play? Where did we play?
Oh, so
We
it's at
played-
home and away.
At home and away is 2 different time, 2 different style of football.
In my opinion,
West Ham are not playing like that against us. Olympic Stadium. They're not playing like that. West Ham. They're gonna come at us.
sure.
You think West Ham? You think West
My
Ham?
point
Yeah,
is,
they would.
my
Why
point
wouldn't they?
is clear. That front five created chances but missed them. Today, you didn't create and you didn't miss.
But Mo, you can't play the same way home and away. You can't. You can't play the same way.
I actually said that many times. To win the league in the Premier League against Pep Guardiola, and I said that many times, you need to impose your will against at least 15 out of the 19 teams you're gonna face.
Yeah.
Is that statement correct to you?
Yeah, definitely.
So that means you need to impose your style of play. That's what Pep Guardiola does. Yes, Pep Guardiola might tweak it against Arsenal away. He might tweak it against Liverpool. He might. But against the Fulhams, I'm sorry, if you want to win the league,
we
against
don't
the
have the
Fulhams,
personnel.
you don't
No.
tweak it, bro.
But Mo, we don't have the personnel to dominate. What
Why
midfield
can't you
feel?
dominate
Rice,
Fulham at home,
Havertz, and
away?
Odegaard are going to dominate. What midfield are they going to dominate?
This is Fulham. We're not talking about Brighton. We aren't talking about Aston Villa. I'm sorry.
You
If you
said
come
it,
here
Mo,
with the
from
same
day
energy,
one.
Dawood.
From day one, you said it. From day one, you said Havertz is not an 8. He's not a midfielder.
Okay,
you
so you
said
agree
that.
with me then?
No,
So the
but you said
problem
yes.
is that.
He was right. You said he's not a midfielder. We've tried him in
Yes.
midfield. We can't dominate games because he's not a midfielder.
So I'm right. So Kai Havertz today in the midfield made you, and Nketiah made you not dominate the game.
And Trossard is not a midfielder as well.
Sorry, made you. It's the same. Listen, you literally. I saw Arsenal today. You had position, right? You did everything, but you didn't create chances, bro. Dawood.
We don't dominate
Nketiah
games.
Okay, if I'm not mistaken, people can correct me if I'm wrong. I checked Nketiah had 3 passes up to minute 40 or 42. Bro, a player on the pitch for a team that has 60% possession has 3 passes.
But Mo, but
unless you're Haaland,
yeah,
this is unacceptable. And Arsenal's way of playing football, the way that you looked sensational last year, is that Gabriel Jesus or anybody else used to bring the wingers together. It's not.
yeah.
And your manager today, that I defended him on Hussam's show. I defended the manager. I defended the fact that people wanted him sacked today because I don't think
That's
two
nonsense.
losses.
That's nonsense.
Two losses. But in my opinion, your manager today, and I had the same energy for everybody. When Pep Guardiola makes a mistake, when Ange made a mistake against Chelsea, I called it. That's my belief, right? I'm not gonna lie. I said today, he is an idiot. You created chances last game. Play the same players, bro. Hoping that today you will, against a weaker team than last time, you might be able to translate some of these chances into goals. But he didn't. He changed it to Kai Havertz and he changed it to Eddie Nketiah. Nketiah, the whole game, here you go. Is that the whole game? 7 passes? How can a player pass 7 passes instead of, unless you're Haaland, this is unacceptable. And he didn't see it.
The Eddie Nketiah experiment is over. Okay, this guy, he's not staying at Arsenal this January transfer window. He's gone. We know he's gone. We've tried to play him.
Nobody's
he's not
buying
good
him,
enough.
bro. Nobody's buying him. Just chill. Nobody's gonna come.
He's talking about no one's buying him. He's a good mid-table striker, mid-table team striker.
No.
He's a good mid-table team striker.
Yes, he might be actually. Nketiah is better than strikers if they're in a different team. Someone just sent me, right? Someone just sent me a tweet. I don't know how like reliable is this. Someone said that Arsenal will consider the right offers for Cedric, Mohamed El Neni, Kivior, Smith Rowe, Thomas Partey, Eddie Nketiah before making any moves in January transfer window. Remember, in the last transfer window, if I'm not mistaken, by the way, you guys, people in the chat can correct me.
Is that what you just said?
Right, those are Deadwood. The Deadwood.
People in the chat can correct me. One of the things that Arsenal said last summer is that the reason why they only spend that much money, which is 220, which is a lot of money, is that there is still financial fair play for Arsenal. You cannot just go and spend like anybody else.
Well, we spent a lot of money without Champions League football. Now we've got Champions League football. This January transfer window is completely different from last year's January transfer window.
Maybe I don't know. By the way, I don't sit here and claim that I know. I don't sit here and claim that I know the information. I am just repeating what I hear. I'm hearing that Arsenal need to sell to buy players. I don't know if that's right or wrong. I don't know.
So
Get that
last
title.
January we made a what, an 80 million pound agreement with Shakhtar Donetsk for Mudryk, or some over 80 million pounds, 90 million pounds, whatever it was, without Champions League football. Okay. And we went for Casado as well. Casado went for about 100 million pounds last January without Champions League football. And you're telling me this season with Champions League football, okay, with it, I'd say if we get rid of 2 or 3 players, which we will this January transfer window, we can't bring in a 60, 70 million pound midfielder or a striker
Wallahi,
that's
I
80
don't know,
million pounds.
Dawood. Wallahi, I don't know.
Then you'd be naive. Then you're being naive because you know we've got money in the bank. Yeah, we know you know we're gonna spend money and we will spend money. Okay, we're not waiting to sell the financial fair play. That's always with every team. Chelsea now, there's rumors that Chelsea have to sell Conor Gallagher and sell this player, that player to for financial fair play.
Yeah, because they just spent £1 billion in 2 years, man.
But they just keep on spending money. They just keep on spending money. Arsenal will find a way to buy a couple of players. Okay, we will buy
You'll buy a couple
players.
of players. I'm sure you'll buy 1 or 2 players. I'm sure about that. But you're not going to be going out there and spending, dropping 100, 150, 200 million pounds in the January. You guys don't. Look, at least I can say with my dog crap of an owner that he buys 2 average players every winter. That's what he does, right? He spends about 65, 70 million pound every winter. Last 3-4 years in a row, every year. You guys don't even do that in the winter. You go big in the summer. Winter is always a bit sketch. Jorginho, you know.
No, but the reason why we went for Jorginho because we couldn't get Casado. Reason why we went for Trossard is because we couldn't get Mudryk. Those 2 players, we tried to go for them. They obviously, one went to Chelsea. One of them, Brighton, said no, we're not offering. Even if you offer 150 million pounds, we're not selling him. So we tried to get our key players. They didn't want to leave. This January transfer window, if we go off for our key players, the Cronkies will back at Tata.
So what if says no?
I hope so. I actually hope so because I actually don't want to see this Arsenal team drop and be a 2-horse race again. I actually don't want that. I actually don't want that. Like me as a neutral, I want Arsenal to freaking challenge because it would be horrendous if we still, after all these years and all this Mikel Arteta project, we're going to be sitting here talking about Liverpool and Man City title race again. This is nuts. It's going to be nuts.
I said it. I said it on a different stream, yeah? If Arsenal don't win the league title, yeah, let Man City win it. I want Man City to win it. If Man City win it, okay, that makes that Liverpool-Man City rivalry, it kills it off because that's 6 league titles in 7 years. Man City do the 4P, which Fergie never did. So Man United fans will be emotional about it. Okay. So if we don't win it, let Man City win it. I don't mind if Man City win it, man. It'll just be the same Man City every year winning it. Okay. If they call us bottle jobs, Liverpool are same category as us. The amount of time they've bottled the league as well to Man City.
Just remember that Aston Villa are the same points as Liverpool. Just remember.
Aston Villa not winning the league, bro.
But they might finish above you though. Imagine if you finish outside the top 4. Oh my God.
That's a different conversation. But if we don't win the league,
finishing 10 points behind Man City this season or Liverpool, whoever's going to win the league, there's a conversation need to be had.
No. There isn't.
I had the same energy from the first day of the season.
Inconsistent.
It's all about progress. I said it's all about progress. It's all about progress. Arsenal need to progress because there is not enough credit in the bank for Arsenal to say, yes, we can wait. I said it. Jurgen Klopp had, Pep Guardiola has, right? If you regress this year, you'll need to find another one.
Yeah, I told you, bro. I know you had an agenda there. I know you had an underlying agenda.
Okay, 100%. Wallahi, I don't have an agenda. I had people in the chat can tell you, and Canopy streamed with me last summer. I said Arteta's progress is going toe-to-toe with Man City, regardless of winning the league or not. And I said going to a quarterfinal in the Champions League. I said that's called progress of last year. But is it going to happen? I actually don't know. There is another argument about that Man City regressed and Liverpool regressed. So you need to actually win the league. That is my argument here. And imagine, to be honest, if Ange fucking Postecoglou comes to this fucking league with Ben Davies playing majority of his games in the last 10 games as a center back and Emerson Royal coming in today, and he fucking finishes above Arteta, I swear to God, you need to sack the whole club. Like, you need to sack the whole thing. Like, the whole thing needs to get dismantled. Like, if this happened to my manager,
that's not be reactionary.
I am being serious.
That's not reactionary.
And by the way, that has nothing to do. And I told Will this when there was 9 points between Spurs and Arsenal. I told Will, if what you say come true, there has to be like a conversation about legitimately the whole squad. Like you cannot have Ange Postecoglou with these guys they're bums, bro. Like some of them are bums, bro. Bro, Oliver Skip came on after the 25 minutes, bro. Oliver Skip wouldn't start for Bournemouth, bro. I promise you this, bro.
Who?
Oliver Skip wouldn't start for Bournemouth.
No, but that's not the best midfield three. Their best midfield is Basuma, Benton.
But the problem is they aren't even having their best three.
No, but we don't have our best three.
You do.
Our best three: Thomas Partey, Declan Rice, and
Thomas
Odegaard.
Partey's
You say that. You say that.
I'm not saying
Partey,
that's gonna happen. I'm not saying
600
that
minutes
Spurs
a
will
year,
finish.
man.
I am not saying that Spurs will finish ahead of you. I'm not saying that. But the fact that we're sitting here and they are 1 point behind you is actually it's tough to take.
But the difference between is we've got different standards. Okay, we
How?
have different.
Can you explain it, Kennedy? Please,
It's
please
not
explain.
me. Because
If Romero hadn't gotten injured, we would be 2 points ahead of you today.
it's
No, but
football.
the standards are
You
different.
understand? It happens. The top is tight. Do you get? It's not May. If we're in May and when we're probably towards the end of the season, I'll be going crazy. Oh shit, I'll be going crazy. We will probably have me.
But you don't want
We'll
to
probably
come
be
to April.
roasting
You
me
don't
right
want
now.
us to be 1 point behind you in April because we're beating you at our ground.
Bro, I don't care
We will
if you're
beat
1
you
point.
at our ground in April.
Look,
Guaranteed.
I don't understand. I don't understand. See, listen. Your ceiling is Arsenal. My ceiling is winning the league title. There's a difference. I'm not thinking
I
about
finished
Spurs.
above you 6 out of the last 7 years. I don't care
You just
about
proved my
finishing above
point.
Arsenal.
You just proved my point. You just proved my point. Your ceiling is Arsenal.
We're not the
We
ones
wanna
who
get back
created
to
St.
winning
Totteringham's
titles.
Day.
I want to get back
We
to
didn't
winning
create
titles.
like
I don't know about you,
bodily Arsenal Day.
bro. You don't win anything. You're never
We're
in any
not. You don't
conversation.
live rent free in our heads. We live rent free in yours. When you guys were challenging and winning league titles, you were celebrating finishing above Tottenham.
We do that every time. It's not our fault, and we've done that when we won. Even when we're below you,
We
we
don't
won FA Cups.
celebrate finishing
You
above
didn't win
Arsenal.
anything, even when we're below you.
It's
We
just
won FA
commonplace
Cups.
in this
So what are you talking
in
about?
modern
But
times,
anyways,
finishing above Arsenal's commonplace.
But any win a trophy, then we know you're serious. But then even if it's a
We
Carabao
will.
Cup, hopefully, even if it's a Carabao Cup, win it. But anyways, what I'm saying
We
is,
could win the FA Cup this year. You don't know.
Will, I have more chance growing an afro than you winning the FA Cup. Stop it. See, I have more chance
I
growing an
have as
afro.
much of a chance growing an afro as you winning the FA Cup this year.
Nah, no problem. No problem. It's all good.
One ball.
We're gonna be here at the end of the season. We're gonna be here at the end of the season. We're gonna be here at the end of the season.
You guys are going to be out of the FA Cup in a couple of days.
Bro,
If we go out of the FA Cup, we got out of the FA Cup. Okay, that's you say Arsenal only win the FA Cup. Okay, we won it 14 times. We won it enough. Okay, you need to win it 60 times before you catch up to us. Okay, so let's not talk about trophies.
It's not impossible. Before Arsene Wenger, we have more FA Cups than you. So let's not.
Okay.
Let's not.
Before Arsene
One
Wenger, what was
manager
that?
can be the difference. One manager can be the
1994?
difference.
95. Okay. So also FA Cup, if we win it, win it. If we don't win it, I don't mind. Okay. We're trying to go for the Premier League and the Champions League. Okay. Champions League. I know you're laughing right now, guys, in the chat, but the Champions League, yeah, is a different, story than the Premier League. Okay. Champions League, for us, I think this season we're more suited in the Champions League. I'm not saying we're gonna win it. I'm saying that we're gonna have a good run. If we get an easy quarterfinal round and we get to the semi-final, I'm happy with that. Semi-final of the Champions League, getting to the top 4 of the Premier League, for me, that's progression.
Champions League is dicey though. But if you have a favorable draw, you never know.
If you got a favorable draw, Inter Milan got to the final. Who did they face? They faced AC Milan in the semis. Who did you face in the quarterfinals, Mo? Benfica. Who did you face in the last 16?
Porto.
And at the end, who did they face? The Don Dara.
if we face Porto, Benfica, and AC Milan not in it now, but a similar tie, you don't think we can get to the final, Mo?
Well, if you face Benfica of last year, who smashed Juventus, PSG, and in the group,
But if we face Benfica, if we face,
all I want to say, I actually think that Arsenal fans, and I said Arsenal are a good team, and you might be favorites against Porto, but you lack experience, which is something you don't understand.
That's facts. No more.
The reason why, by the way, Even though Milan, AC Milan were bad last year and Napoli were flying, when they faced each other in the Champions League, for some reason, Milan won the games. Do you know why? Because Milan played the year before in the Champions League. Because some of these players tasted the Champions League. The difference is when you play the knockout stages, you guys don't understand this. For some reason, some Arsenal fans don't know this, right? Playing in the Champions League is very, very small details, and it needs experience, and it needs different type of composure, and it needs things to go your way. And some of these Arsenal players have never played in the Champions League. The problem is they haven't played in the knockout stages. It took Inter years to reach that final, and look at how we played mature against Man City. I would say that we were closer to the winner. It was 50-50. It requires experience. Real Madrid win every time because they have experience. You don't have experience. That's what I'm telling you. You might get a run. You might get a lucky draw, right? But I believe if everybody win in the quarterfinal, and I'm going to say that, you are probably the team that is 7th or 6th in this. If you face a Real Madrid, a Bayern Munich, a Man City, Atletico Madrid, if they beat Inter, you aren't favorites because you don't have the experience. You might have the players, you might have the talent, you just don't have the experience. I keep saying that. For you to say that you want to throw away the FA Cup to win the Champions League, I think the Champions League, you're going to have a decent run, but for you to sit here and say you're going to look at how you did the Sporting Lisbon last year, it required experience. Your manager really threw out the game.
We threw that out because we had bigger fish to
exactly
fry.
because of it.
Bigger fish to fry, like bottle in the league.
That's why
I'm tired. No, this is not.
Oh, yeah.
That's the problem. Anyway, you could, by the way, you could have won that Europa League that Sevilla won, that Roma played, Roma played fucking Sevilla at the end. Arsenal should have freaking won that trophy. Arsenal should have won the Europa League last year. You should have won the Europa League last year. It was freaking easy, easier than this year. Now this year, look at the Europa League. You should have won the Europa League. You were on paper the best team in that competition. Look at the final.
Best team on paper in that competition for like 5 years, Mo, and they never won it.
I'm being serious.
You have been the best. You have been the best team in your mind, and you have never won anything.
I don't go to bed thinking about Arsenal.
But I'm not saying sack Arteta or anything. He got his priorities wrong last year, which is understandable. And I'm going to keep saying, at the end, people need to understand this is Arteta's first managerial job in his career. And Postecoglou has more experience. Klopp, even Emery, all these guys. The problem is, the argument that I hear from Northside, from Lee, is that there are other managers out there that with this squad will have a higher probability. They're not guaranteed to win the league. They will have a higher probability of winning the league than Arteta. If that's true, it might be that. It might be this.
Spurs have a higher probability that winning the league than Arsenal?
No. If there is another manager out there that will give Arsenal with this squad a higher probability of winning the league, why not hire the guy?
Because if you're already through we're in phase 4 now. You're in phase 4. Why would you scrap it?
If I hear phase 1 time again, like I might do something bad. If I hear the word phase,
why would you scrap it? Why would you scrap it? Because the end goal is phase 6. We're in phase 4. We've got 2 more phases left. Phase 5 and phase 6, and that's it. Then scrap it after.
What is phase 5? What?
Bro, to be honest with you, I just think I hear that Arteta needs to win something. He does need to win a trophy.
He doesn't need to, but he needs progression.
No.
Progression.
No. He needs to win the trophy. It's not about those.
But you're not the best team in any of these competitions to win them. As Will told you, you're gonna go play Liverpool. Are you better than them?
Why not beat Liverpool? Why not try and beat Liverpool?
You can. I'm not saying you cannot. Cannabis.
He did it last season at home.
I'm never gonna sit here, Cannabis, until you're someone who says this. It's football. Anything. I'm never gonna sit here and tell you cannot. You can be anybody. Anybody can be anybody, especially at that top level. You can be anyone. But in my opinion, to put that pressure to say, you have to win a trophy, then you have to have progression. That's it.
Yeah, but there's been progression. Last season we saw the progression.
Yes,
the problem
this year, do you believe there is a
this
progression this year?
Regression.
I don't think there's a
you're being reactionary.
It's too early to say. It's too early to say.
Okay, have Man City gone backwards? Have Man
It's
City gone
literally
backwards?
too early to say.
Have
The
Man
last
City gone
season,
backwards?
20 games, 50 points. This
Will,
season,
Will,
20 games,
have Man
40
City gone
points.
backwards?
Why are
Will,
we
answer the
comparing last
question.
season to this season? I don't do that.
Will, answer the question. Have Man City gone backwards?
Yes.
So should they sack Pep Guardiola?
Nobody has enough
No.
credit, bro.
Pep Guardiola just won the treble last
But
season.
Man
Did
City's
Arteta
standard
win the
completely
treble
different to
last
our
season?
standards, Mo.
Yeah, because
completely
there is
different.
a different standard. The fact that you're
Why have United
equating
not sacked Ten
Arteta
Hag?
to Pep. Hold on. The
They're,
fact that
no,
you're
because they're
equating
idiots. That's a different story.
that is a false
Oh,
equivocation.
in
Haven't
you
heard
guys'
false
eyes,
equivocation
everyone
fallacy?
should just get sacked then. Everyone should
Yeah,
just get sacked. Then.
I should be able to go buy a Bugatti because Andrew Tate bought one. Therefore, I am unsuccessful as a man because I don't own a Bugatti. And I don't know what color it is either, but
I wanna. Can I do a couple of these super chats?
Yeah, you're crazy.
Can I do? Okay. CFC Pirate is saying the best manager
What the
players.
fuck was that?
Wait.
You're crazy, man.
Listen, people,
Yeah,
550 of you here, almost 300 likes. Hit that like button, people, for me. The like button is underneath your live chat. CFC Pirate saying the best manager, players, club, and fan base that have won the Jack. Arsenal fans never failed. Amazing.
You guys are the best, man. You guys kill me, man.
what color is Arteta's Bugatti?
Okay, let me do
Arteta
this
can
super
afford
chat
a
because I
Bugatti,
want to
man.
get
Jeez.
here. I want to get Will's opinion here. Get this fraud Arteta out of my club. That's the name of the account. He's saying Tottenham have a better first 11 than Arsenal. That's why Tottenham will finish above Arsenal. Before you answer, Will, I want everybody in the chat to give me a yes or no answer. Does Spurs have a better starting 11 than Arsenal? Yes or no question.
No.
If both
No.
teams have injuries, yes
No.
or no answer. Will.
No.
Yeah, yes. Yes, we
Of
do.
course he's gonna say yes. See, yes. He almost choked.
No,
No.
It's an easy one. I'll be right back.
Yeah, to be honest with you, in my opinion, I actually think that Spurs don't have on paper the better starting 11, but when they have their starting 11, they play better football than Arsenal this year. Ange Postecoglou had them play better football. That's my opinion. In my opinion, that is actually, that's what I saw. And until you fix this midfield problem, right, I think Arsenal, you might not win the league just because of the stubbornness of Arteta, in my opinion. You might just not win the league. You need, in my opinion, you need a striker, not to replace Gabriel Jesus. And I'm going to keep the same energy. You need a striker. It's either you get a better false nine than Gabriel Jesus that will get you goals, plus get involved in the game, or you get a striker like Ivan Toney and to convince him to be an option, or to play him and play Jesus on the left because Martinelli isn't performing. I think that's what you need. And you need a left midfielder, to be honest. And that left midfielder can be, with all due respect, there is, like, I don't want you to come for my, like, for example, if you go to Inter and say 120 million, give me Barella or something like that. Someone who's 27 years old or 26 years old.
120 million.
I think that's what because of Declan Rice. That's the problem.
You guys are broke, right? So
we are.
Get a good,
maybe 100
probably
million.
get a good deal, We'll probably get a good deal, Maybe like a 50, 60.
My problem is I don't think you have the money, because someone mentioned that you actually signed Raya on loan because you didn't have the money to buy him.
For FFP laws.
Yes.
Because of
for
FFP laws. Because we wanted to balance it out.
Yes.
But I think if we make some sales, if we make a sale, if we make it like
who's buying what? Who's buying what?
I don't know who's buying.
Who's gonna buy a crippled Thomas Partey? Who's gonna buy a crippled Thomas Partey?
Thomas Partey is going to the Saudi League for 40 million pounds.
Thomas Partey is trying to get an agreement with Juventus to go there on loan, and they pay his wage until they buy him at the end of the season.
No,
honestly speaking, I'd rather keep Thomas Partey.
I'd rather just keep him then. I'd rather just keep him
because we miss him this season.
Yeah, that'll be a horrendous. That would be horrendous.
Miss him every season. That's the problem,
bro. You miss trophies every season, my G.
So do you.
Nah, I don't miss trophies every season, my G. Saka has more trophies than your club right now.
Saka doesn't. Saka never played in any final. He never lifted no trophy cup in a final.
Really? The final against Man City, the FA Cup one? No, against Chelsea, sorry. They're up. Oh my God!
Oh my God, he didn't even come off the bench.
But he still got a medal. Anyways, let's move on. Let's move
guy
on.
sitting on the bench. You want to prop up a guy sitting on
the bench.
Still
got a medal, baby. Still got a medal, my G. Still got a medal.
So does the kit man. So does the kit man.
Yeah. Listen, the last part, we'll talk a little bit about Spurs, the performance today. Bentancur is coming back, made the difference. kind of Spurs like kind of held on at the end, but actually was convincing. And again, I'm saying Spurs need a striker. They have to. They have to get a striker in January. There is no way about it. And they
Yeah,
have to get a center
Richarlison with
back.
his 6 goals just can't cut it. Oh,
Bro,
wait,
he's not
still
good.
got-
He's
still
not
got-
good.
he's still
Well,
got-
he's
still
not
got
good.
more than, but he's still got more than both Nketiah and Gabriel Jesus. And
I
he's
don't know
dog
how
water.
that's possible.
He's dog
I don't-
water and he's got more goals.
I don't know, bro. If I'm Jesus, if I'm Eddie, I look in the mirror and say, how the heck does Richarlison have more Premier League goals than us?
Exactly.
Okay? Combined as well. Combined, not even individual, combined. Okay? And Richarlison scored what, 1 Premier League goal for Spurs last season? Was it 1?
2, yeah.
2, like the whole of
1 or
last
2,
season.
yeah.
And he's got 6 already. Like Gabriel Jesus, he's a 4-time Premier League champion. He's played at Man City, he's played at the
Bro,
highest
guy's got
level.
5 in 3 games.
And he's letting someone like Richarlison. I knew. I had a feeling when he did the interview with the Brazilian coach years ago, and he said, "Where do you want to play?" And he didn't want to play as a striker, and he went to play on the wing for Brazil. If you're number 9 and you say you don't want to be a play striker, you want to play on the wing, and Arteta, you have to have a sense of feeling. Why does that guy not want to play as a striker? And you give him the number 9 shirt, and you say to him, "You are our number 9." This guy is a winger. He's not a striker. Okay? So don't compare Richarlison and Jesus. Jesus is a winger, Richarlison is a striker. Let's not be no these comparisons, okay?
No, I'm sorry. I am going to compare them because that is the position in which he's been playing for the last 7 years of his footballing career, striker. So why would I compare him as a winger
He's a winger,
when he
man, he's a
doesn't play
winger.
on the wing? That's like me saying I'm a folk singer, and I'm not. You don't just get to be what you want to be because you know what? In my brain, I want it. You are what you do. Right.
All this philosophy, all this scientific talk, and you can't.
So
That's
the
scientific
thing
talk.
with
That's
Spurs-
just facts, right? You're not a purple buffalo because you think you want to be a purple buffalo. It's
I,
just not the way the
Dexter.
world works.
I hear you, Einstein. I hear you.
What can we do? What can we do, Will? We're stuck with Eddie. We're stuck with Gabriel Jesus, okay? Let's not go back to Arsenal. Let's speak about Spurs, okay? Spurs, when it comes to attacking wise, they've got a lot of attacking threats. You've lost Sa now.
We have one, man.
You got Son. Richarlison is now becoming the more of an attacking
Son is
threat.
going to the Asian Cup. They have Manchester United next.
You've got Sa that contributed. He got injured now. That's another injury in that midfield.
Dude,
What's
Sar's had
happening
1
with
goal,
Spurs?
dude. The guy shoots. He's got a brick foot, man. He's a
No,
good.
what's
he's got a
happening
good
with Spurs
engine, but
now?
he's not a shooter.
What's happening with Spurs now? You got Bissouma that
Mhm.
is getting booked left, right, and center. He was always getting sent off.
Oh, but
Yeah,
some
but
of
he
them-
always got booked. He got booked. He was averaging like 12, 13 yellow cards a year at Brighton too. So that's not new.
Okay. So who do Spurs have right now in their best midfield 3? Right? No,
Well,
I mean
our
right
best
now.
midfield 3 is Basuma, Bentancur,
No, I'm
Maddison.
talking about that's not injured right
Oh,
now.
you got
What's the
Bentancur,
midfield?
Lo Celso. Lo Celso was fabulous today. Fabulous. Prime Argentina Lo Celso today. True or false? The guy rocked that.
The only thing that I'm a bit jealous about is Spurs is a keeper.
That
Yeah,
guy's
he's a
brilliant.
very
second best
he's-
keeper in the league right now.
He's
Here,
probably
no-
one of the
no
most
contest.
underrated signings this season. I saw,
Yeah.
even though you lost against Brighton, he was
He's
still
a top
quality.
keeper.
Right,
He's
yeah.
a top keeper though. He's a top
Quality.
keeper though.
Yeah, he's good.
He might be the bargain of the season.
I owe him
Definitely.
a big apology. I owe him a big apology because
He's a
Because
top keeper.
in the summer-
when Spurs missed out on Raya, you missed out on Raya.
I was pissed. I was pissed. I was like, why are we buying this nobody from Italy when we could have had Raya, blah, blah, blah. Then ends up going to Arsenal after we'd already signed it. But boy, am I glad. Big Ange. I trust you.
No,
I was
those
wrong.
ones
You
you
were
get
right.
You just get lucky.
You helped us
Well,
dodge that bullet.
Well, how you guys gonna cope when the African nations come and the Asian Cup comes? Because you guys
Who in our
gonna
midfield
lose.
right now? Okay, Sarr
Huh?
got injured today, so he probably may not even go to Africa. But
You never
Bissouma?
know. African juju
Yeah.
is strong, go. You probably go.
Bissouma?
So Basuma is suspended. So once his 3-game suspension's up, I think he's at 2 games now suspended. So he's got 1 left, which will count. The FA Cup counts for that. So, and then his country rarely makes it out of the group stage in the AFCON, right? So he'll be back in a couple of weeks.
Well, son, how you gonna cope with our son?
So that's a good question. That's a tough one. That is a tough one. That's a sticky one.
Do they do well in the Asian Cup? His team?
Yeah, they always go. They'll get to at least a semifinal final.
I'm not gonna
Every year.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I think Son is playing like a crazy man this season. He's playing like he's
No, he's just playing like Son.
Top. No, this last season.
Last
but
season
this
it was off
season-
the boil a little bit. Come to know, like I'm not saying it's an excuse, but he apparently had a groin hernia the entire season and had to have surgery as soon as the season ended. So I don't know if you've ever had a hernia, but
4
sometimes
game
it's-
suspension, not 3, 4. Because
4
it's a
games.
second yellow
Okay,
card.
so he'll have one more game miss.
How
And
many
then,
suspensions have Basuma had this season?
3.
Yeah, 3 suspensions.
So how many games has he missed?
And people talk about Romero being rash.
One,
He's
he
only
missed
three games.
2 yellow cards and a straight red. No. 2
No.
yellow cards and a red card and a 5 yellow card suspension.
Yeah.
And the second game is 4 games. So he missed 6 games.
Through suspension only.
6 games,
Yeah,
yes. So
6.
suspension only.
6 from suspension.
5
Cool.
yellows, 1 game for 2 yellows. And now because it's a second red, he gets an extra game plus the 3 games for serious foul play. So he gets 4. So 6 games.
still.
And I said it. He might be on ability better than Declan Rice, but nobody's delivering like Declan Rice in the
Yeah,
league.
no. Declan Rice is more consistent now. Right
Very
now,
consistent.
But
especially
in the last
in
2
this
games, Declan Rice
situation.
hasn't been good. That's why I think we've dropped a bit.
I'm sorry. What can Declan Rice do?
Declan
Okay,
Rice was your best player on the pitch today.
He's got a couple of bums in front of him. Okay, would you expect him to score? Do you expect him to create
No,
chances?
bro, I'm not being hard on him. He's
Come on, man.
human.
I
He's
think there's
human.
two people-
Come on.
Partey would have done an
Relax.
ACL trying to cover for the
Gee.
midfield 2 in front of him.
My
Partey
G,
would have done
relax.
ACL by now.
I think
Relax.
there's some you guys
He's
hype
human.
the wrong people.
But
in
against
your
West Ham, he didn't play
own
well.
squad.
He didn't have his best game against West Ham. He even gave away a penalty. Today, he was all right. I think that's one of the reasons too. You know, when he's usually minimum 8 out of 10 every game. He's the one player I can say he can raise his head over his shoulders.
Why
Odegaard
do I
was
never-
good versus West Ham. Dawood, what the heck are you talking about? The guy created 5 chances.
Odegaard took too many touches in that game, though. Odegaard
created. He had 6 key passes, created 5 chances. What are we talking about here? Now you guys are being harsh.
Last season,
Did you watch the game?
Last season,
No,
he got
I'm
15
just saying that
comparing.
out of my ass.
Last season, he got 15 league goals. Something around that. Last season, he got 15 goals last season. Now he can't even shoot on target.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
only
know
His
what
shots
five,
go
Mo.
way wide. He go left.
He takes
Yeah,
too
I
many
think
touches
it's
these days,
it's my
man.
fault. It's my fault. I started this in the summer on the football terrace when I actually said that Madison, I would rather take Madison above Odegaard.
Listen, Madison has just been injured, man. Relax. Let's not get Madison.
Madison is like glass,
He's been injured
bro.
about 2 months.
It's not glass. This is literally the second longest injury spell he's ever had in his career.
In his career.
In his career.
Man, Madison is known for being injury prone.
No,
Okay.
he's not.
No, Madison
He's
is
known
glass.
for
No,
being
he's not.
injury prone.
Out of
What are you
his
talking
6
about?
years playing in the top flight in the Premier League, he's only had 1 season where he's missed more than 3 games.
5 games. 5 games. He played 30 games, only 1 season. The other games he played 33, 34, 35, 36.
Yeah.
So how is
He's
he
not
injury
injury
prone, bro? Like what the fuck?
Thomas
Like
Partey is
transfer
injury
market
prone.
website
Of
is
course,
right
yeah, I agree
there.
with that one. Nobody's disputing that. Thomas Partey is glass.
Madison is not
In
injury
fact, Thomas
prone.
Partey is not even glass. Thomas Partey is made out of chocolate. Kit Kat, you know, Kit Kat. That's Thomas Partey.
Yeah.
So nobody's disputing that. So
Thomas
well, at the end-
Partey would have done a meniscus, ACL. He would have torn his hamstring, everything, trying to play with this midfield 2 in front of him. Okay, the amount of work Rice has to do to cover the pitch for these two,
Rice was
two
good
guys
today.
in front
I
of
didn't
him.
say Rice was bad. Rice was good today. He was the only one who was
36,
good. And
31. There you go.
He was all
36,
right.
Gabriel,
31,
you guys
31.
don't give Gabriel enough credit.
No, Gabriel is out. Gabriel is dope.
He's saving
But
your
today-
life this season.
but-
He's been your
but they-
best
but he-
defender this year.
He was poor today on the set piece.
I don't think so.
I think there was a bit of lack of communication there between him and Rice, and they were arguing. So I think the team needs a reset. They need to get a rest. They need
Like
to just
Gabriel's
chill
got
for a bit.
the mistake in him. Like he's got the mistake in him. Like something that will happen in a major moment.
He used
But
to.
overall.
He used to have that bozo moment. He used to have that
Yeah,
bozo
but I
moment.
mean, overall though, he's a far more consistently good defender for you guys than.
Yeah, no,
than
he's a
I
top
don't
defender.
understand.
I think in world Europe right now, there's no defender like Gabriel with a left-footed defender on
Here
that
we go.
side.
Here we go. Like I fucking hate this shit. Here we go.
What? But it's true now. Which other
Because you only watch the Premier League. Gabriel
No, I
is
watch
a
other
good
leagues, my dude.
defender.
I watch other leagues. Don't say
As
that,
a
bro.
left-footed center
I'm not
back.
that guy. I'm not that guy. And I play Football Manager. I'm a football freak. I'm not
Yeah,
that
no,
guy.
no, no,
I'm
no.
not that
Don't
guy.
do that. Don't prejudge people.
I'm not
bro.
that guy.
Gabriel is good.
I'm not that guy.
See that Gabriel
He's
is
better
good.
than Saliba.
He's playing very
I
good
don't know
this
about that.
season. He's
100%.
playing very good this season. He's playing very good, but you take it over the top, because if you do this with every Arsenal player, now we're talking about you have the best 11 in the world. Now is that
No,
true?
we're not saying that. We're not saying that.
I'm saying in Europe, he's one of the best defenders in terms of what he does.
Okay,
He's left-footed. That's what I mean.
you said the
How
best.
many defenders? I never said he's the best. I said he's one of.
Okay,
That's what I
My
mean. Bro.
goodness.
You jump on. We hear Arsenal. You
How
hear
many
one of
crazy
the best.
Arsenal fans have you met in your life? I'm different. I'm not crazy, okay? Take it easy. I know you have PTSD from crazy Arsenal fans.
I do. I do.
We
A
all
lot of
do.
statements are
We
being
all do.
said.
Chill out, man.
Okay, bro. I don't. We don't want to speak about. We don't want to speak about Arsenal too much. Yeah. Will, what's Spurs' actual target this season? Is it just to play good football?
Finishing above
Sorry.
Arsenal.
So no, our target this season is to rebuild and then obviously get back into our rightful position, our normal position in the Champions League, and then next season to win a trophy, like a League Cup or an FA Cup, and then the season after that win the league. That's my expectation for.
Your expectation is to win the league in 3 years.
Yeah. Well, it's 2 years.
No,
right,
not
but
3
it's-
years. In 1,000 years.
Because this year's kind of done.
In 1,000 years.
I
Before
don't
the
get it.
Romans.
You
I
guys
love
are
the
not.
logic.
You guys don't look at this Ange Postecoglou, and he hasn't surprised.
No,
us.
bro, we don't take his Spurs serious, bro. We don't take Spurs serious, man.
Come on, man.
Oh,
You'll-
bite,
you'll-
no
you'll be
bite.
taking- Okay. All right.
Spurs
You'll be taking it
all
serious
my
soon.
life. Spurs all my life have always been all back, no bites.
You're young, man.
Bro, they don't even have teeth. I'm talking about bite.
You're young. You're young.
You got gums, though.
Anyway,
guys-
listen. Go ahead.
Now, since you had Spurs' golden generation with Pochettino and they didn't win a trophy, and you think Ange's going to win a trophy with Spurs?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Let's
Bro,
be
they hired Mourinho,
Bro, I'm gonna tell you
one of
right
the
now,
greatest
Ange
managers
Postecoglou-
ever exist in
Pochettino,
football
hold on.
history.
Hold on.
They sacked him when he was about to win the trophy.
Pochettino, I'm being real right now. Pochettino was probably not only he wasn't the only man, because I started supporting Tottenham under Harry Redknapp. Harry Redknapp, I like Harry Redknapp as well, but Pochettino for me was like I love the guy. I literally dressed up as Pochettino. I shaved my beard. I put on a wig and wore like a training kit for Halloween as Pochettino. No joke. I got pictures. I love that guy. Postecoglou is way better coach. Way better.
Wow.
Not only is he better a coach, but he's a better manager as
The
well.
man who took you to Champions League final.
Yeah, the man who took us to
You're
a
dumping him
Champions
under the
League
bus like
final.
that.
No, look, I still have love and he went to Chelsea first of all, and then second of all, but I like Pochettino. But I'm being serious. I'm being genuinely honest here. I have never seen, right, in the 15 or 13 plus years, however many years it's been that I've been supporting Tottenham, a manager like Ange Postecoglou. And I'm talking about the whole kit and caboodle, not just the football style of football that he plays, but the way that he talks, the way that he handles situations. I'm telling you, I've got an inkling that something's going to happen here. Something's going to happen.
Pac-Man
Nobody was
saying
ever
Ange,
talking about Pochettino as being the
Yeah.
backup for Pep Guardiola.
Pac-Man, the super chat. Ange had Spurs playing at a higher level than Arteta just after 2 months. How are
Facts.
these Arsenal fans so arrogant? He's talking about you, Kenan. Cannot wait to watch them crumble again.
It's normal.
They want me to cry and blah, blah. Bro, I love my team, man. I love the position we're in. At least we're in a conversation where people can say Arsenal is going for the title. 2-3 years ago, you know what we're talking about? Europa League, qualifying for the Europa League, my bro. We've come a long way.
4 years ago, we were eighth. We were eighth.
We thank
No.
God.
I'm happy where we are now. Okay,
I'm
let's not
happy.
be reactionary.
We'll move forward in life.
Yeah.
That's life, bro. I mean, come on, man. Europa League was so tough for me.
Yeah, look,
I used
it
to watch it
happens.
on
Look, I
streams
understand.
and
I
free.
understand it because it happens for guys that
move
haven't
forward.
finished in the top 4 in a long time.
Bro,
I
you've
get
never
it.
seen a trophy in your life.
Important.
You've never sang
I get it.
champion.
No, it's always good. You guys
No,
be excited.
someone
It's a
said
new
weak mentality
experience
in
for
the
you.
comments. It's not weak mentality. It's the standards. It's the standards for Arsenal right now. It's not to win the Champions League. And
I'm sure
Premier
that's a
League.
Manchester United fan.
Look, I get
He's
it. You
reliving
guys haven't been up there
that
competing
phase
for
right
the
now.
league in 20 years. So I get
Chelsea
it.
would
It's
love
all
to be in
good.
our position. Okay, Man United would love to be in our position. Spurs would love to be in our position. Newcastle would
your
love to be in our
position. What are you
position.
talking about?
Newcastle. Okay, there's so many teams that would love
I
to be in our
am in your
position.
position.
Okay, and Will and Mo in the live stream have made it sound like where we are. We've gone
Me?
backwards. We haven't gone
I'm
backwards.
not saying that.
Okay.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Why would I
I
want to
never
be?
said that, bro.
We are in your position.
What position?
Oh,
You're in the
you're
top
fifth.
4?
We're 1 point behind you.
You have
got
Manchester
Champions
United next, bro. Come on, man. You know it's not 3 point.
What are you
You're not
talking
even gonna
about?
have Son in that game. Are you
So?
gonna have Son in that game?
Are you serious right now? You don't think that we have you
Hey,
been watching
my
Manchester United lately?
guy.
Have you been watching Manchester United lately?
My guy. What's good, man? Happy holidays.
You too. I'm just everybody happy New Year. Everybody
Year,
hope
Alex.
everybody big up,
Happy
man.
holidays, guys. I forgot to wish you guys happy holidays. Sorry.
Yeah. I actually literally just was listening El Awa, and the reason why I was gonna comment because I heard you more talking about the Arteta
Yes.
and stuff like that. So that's why I was actually want to say something like because of Arteta and stuff. So you kind of defended Arteta, why Arteta can get so good last season and why some people saying he cannot do it this season.
Yes.
It happens before. This is what my words were actually to Arsenal fan. What's the difference between Arsenal 2010 season? They finished second.
All right.
If you do not progress, everybody knows that when you win something or you're getting close to something, you need to add something.
Yes.
At the Premier League, everything is not the same way. So, for example, Arteta did what he did last season. By the way, there's a thing called you team being found out, and I think as much as Saliba was missed, I think the teams will start to understand the way Arteta was playing. That's why he changed it this season slightly, but he changed. Maybe he misunderstood importance of Xhaka and this kind of team the last season.
Yep.
That he overestimated. Now it's like when you place in like when you say something with your chest, it has to be either you acknowledge that you're wrong and go back, which is we're yet to see if he will change it back, or you have to be brave and double down on it. And I think in this specific situation, I think Arteta is actually doubling down. He's not accepting what happened last season was that situation that he did not prevent. He did like, you know what I'm saying? I think he's overthinking it, and that shows the youth of Arteta in that scenario. This league is actually his learning process. Why everybody's surprised? This is his first job. I said Arteta last season was found out because Saliba wasn't that Saliba was missed, but he was not missed as much as people think he was because they were getting played. Saka all of a sudden became quiet. Why everybody forgot that Saka was quiet at the end of the last season? He was not the same Saka that was before in the beginning. Martinelli, what was the Martinelli string? Running against the players with the space. Does Kai Havertz does that for him? No. Why everybody surprised that Martinelli does not do what he's best at, running at the player? When Kai Havertz literally slow downs the game, and everybody, this is what Chelsea been telling you for 3 years, and all this thing that Arsenal fans, I'm shocked that you the ones that told us everything about Kai Havertz, all of a sudden now come back and say yaka yaka whatever. We told you so. But my point is about Arteta. Arteta overthinking, and I think he's doubling down because he's stubborn. If he will go back to where he plays, he has to make the changes. And this January transfer window is gonna have to be changes. And I don't think the single striker will actually help you. I think you need this. I think just for shits and giggles. Let me ask you: what if Paulinho plays behind what's his name, Odegaard and Rice? Was your midfield
Declan
Declan
Rice
Rice?
isn't an 8. He cannot play an 8.
Yeah, Declan Rice is actually not a 6.
So,
Declan Rice is actually box to box. You can
So
say
yes,
whatever you want.
I get. Okay, so hear me out. The problem last season for Arsenal to challenge for the league last season. I'm just speaking objectively here.
Mhm.
For Arsenal to challenge for the league last year, they had to have a lot of working pieces. One of these pieces was Granit Xhaka, who was doing a great job in supporting Thomas Partey in the middle, while also supporting Martinelli that left Odegaard free, and also he was covering behind Zinchenko majority of the time. The Declan Rice this year cannot do this job. There is no proof that he can do this job. Plus, in the league only, Granit Xhaka last year had 7 goals, 7 assists in the league only. So, okay. So, in my opinion, the problem is to find that left 8, right, is very tough. This is the Gundogan rule. What Xhaka did, I'm not saying that Xhaka is a level of Gundogan, but the way Xhaka played last year was a very, very high level that made the machine work. Now, Declan Rice, absolutely, at the moment, is playing a very, very good at the 6. He's providing an 8 or a 9 out of 10 every game. He isn't. Okay. Bissouma, for example, can take the ball and dribble people in very, very tight spaces. Declan Rice isn't that guy. Declan Rice is someone who connects passing, stops the opposition from doing transitions, and knows how to move, right? So he's doing the 6 very, very good, right? He isn't an 8. The problem with Arsenal is that they're a very offensive team, Alex. They need a left 8 that can really, really be in the 18 and also defend.
I'm sorry.
They don't have that.
No. When you're saying Arsenal is a really offensive team, it's they want to be offensive. It doesn't mean that necessarily it's landing, because you're the one that keeps coming back with all the stats and telling me that Arsenal does not create, aren't you?
Yes.
So how you can call a team that does not create is offensive?
Yeah, because
it's literally offensive just accepting that.
Because of Kai Havertz.
But no. Like, to be offensive team, you have to have offensive stats. That you progression of the ball,
Yeah.
and everything.
Okay.
I know what you're saying, but my problem is with that. Arteta slowed the game down.
Yes.
Right? So
we don't know. Okay, hold on. We don't know if that's on purpose.
Oh, so I see what you. I see how you covering yours.
We said everybody said it's calculated Arsenal this year, and I believed in it some games.
Okay,
but I said, is it calculated, or he doesn't have the tools now to actually play the same intensity he had last year? That's what we don't know, because we're not in the dressing room.
It's all conspiracy YouTube talk. Nobody knows.
It's not.
Yeah, I don't know actually. I can sit here.
I
tell you that Arsenal in the chat. I can sit here and tell you Arsenal in the dressing room. Alex is telling guys to slow the game down. Go ahead.
Let me give you a thing about Declan Rice that I actually was surprised. I told everybody in the world that Arsenal buying Declan Rice is actually decent. The money is separate. I never bring the money. The question about Rice was one problem only. Everywhere he played the specific style of the game. Everywhere. West Ham, even for the national team, he played a specific brand of the game. He is 8, by the way. He's not an actual sitting 6, because if he was sitting 6, he will not be where he is to score the goals. But what I'm questioning is how people can say that Rice cannot do Xhaka role when he literally does it. He scores from the midfield. He opens up when they are completely pressing the team. He may be not doing it the way you think that Xhaka used to do it. That could be. To the standards, yes, that could be. But why he cannot do it? The other question is because at the end of the day, he's the one that's supposed to take responsibility. If Martinelli loses the ball, who's running back? It's not Odegaard. He's too freaking slow. Definitely not Kai Havertz. That Schnitzel did not move since 3 years ago.
It was Kai Havertz last year. It was Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka used to be in the 18. Yeah, that's the system, Alex.
No, I know, but I'm saying you saying that Declan Rice cannot work with Paulinho behind him. It's actually factually not true, because there's never been a sample.
Of course, it's factually not true because it's an opinion.
Oh,
Of course,
how's
it's not.
that not?
Of course, it's not factually true because it's an opinion.
Oh, well, but you're saying that's a
How
like
if
fact.
I think Arsenal aren't creating enough because I actually don't think Kai Havertz is contributing offensively at all, Alex. Kai Havertz goes
And
through a whole game with like 15 passes, Alex. That's how he gets
forget
involved.
forget that Schnitzel. That's not what I really want to talk about. I really want to tell you that what Arsenal actually missing. That player that I think if you will go, what's his name? If Partey coming back and they do drop, what's his name? Kai Havertz, they will start to banging again.
We'll see.
You
I
know
think
why?
I don't
The
think
reason why,
Partey is too
the reason why,
defensive, bro.
what's his name? Partey does passes to the wings quicker,
Yeah,
and
I
I
actually
think,
think Partey can do the 8, not Declan Rice. Like just
I mean, it's
anyway.
yeah.
Listen, I
Anyway,
know I isn't. Anyway, listen, people. Thank you, Alex, for joining the last minute. And
Yeah.
people, I want to thank everybody that joined us. Thank you, everybody that liked the stream. We still have over 400 people here. Will Stewart, Tottenham away, of course, in the description. Canopy, Tunnel TV, absolutely fantastic content. One of the great reactions on the internet. Tunnel TV in the description, and Dawood, of course, streams on Twitch. On Twitter, it's Dawood, and of course, Alex with Redneck Blues in the Twitter. Just follow them, people. Thank you,
Happy New
everybody
Year,
that watched.
guys.
Happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year, everybody.
And I wish
Happy New Year,
everybody a
everybody.
perfect year. I wish
Happy
everybody a
New
new
Year's
year.
to the guys in the comment section too. Happy New Year, guys. Stay blessed.
Yeah.
Bless
Big
your
up,
family.
Usam.
People, hopefully, people in the chat, you guys have a great year. Will you achieve all your dreams and your house is filled with joy and happiness,
Amen.
people? Absolutely. Wish everybody a brilliant year, better than last one, best year yet this year, and hopefully the year after is even better. See you
As
guys.
good as
Thank you,
Arsenal
everybody.
last year for Arsenal fans. Just as good.
As good as Arsenal first half of the season last year. Let's see that.
Alex, my G. I love you, Alex. No
See
Big
you
up, man.
guys.
Big up, man.
All the love from all of us. We appreciate you guys and appreciate
See
your
you guys.
support. And we're out of here, people.